Neoplanet S, here we are. One of my favorite maps in the map pool, and that might just because of the amazing physics on the thing. Always love casting games on this map. Of course, let's go ahead and introduce the players. In the bottom left-hand location of Neoplanet S, we have the red Protoss player who's currently up 2-0. He is 1 win away from advancing to the next round of the 2013 MLG Winter Championships. He is Rain from SK Telecom T1. And his opponent in the top right-hand location, it's the blue Protoss player from Team Incredible Miracle. He's down 0-2. He has some work to do. He must win 3 in a row to stay in this tournament. He is Seed.
And boy, does he have a lot of work. I know those IM guys have been practicing a lot of Heart of the Storm in their house. They look so dominant at the IEM World Championships. But here, you know, Seed is running up against a player who will not fall. Rain is just saying, I know exactly how to play PvP in Heart of the Swarm. I know all the tricks. I'm not going to make any mistakes. And that's, I think, the thing that's most characteristic about Rain's play. You know, he just doesn't make any of those obvious mistakes. He's never going to throw a game. He's never going to make it easy on his opponent. He's just going to play very solid. And then when you make a mistake, he'll punish you for it.
You see MC taking a look at a potential competitor.
Taking some notes.
Taking some notes, watching this epic PvP right next to Seed, and there is Rain, super focused on the keyboard there. Of course, he knows he is 1 win away from advancing on to the next round. Very intense matchup here. Very exciting game we have. And, you know, if there's something about the environment that could affect Rain, this could be it. I mean, it is very wintry. We all know Rain doesn't do well. It turns into snow, right? If it's cold enough?
This is true. So
let's hope Rain doesn't get frozen.
It could happen. This is a very tricky map. Of course, one of the characteristics of this map, as you talked about earlier, are the physics. The physics are so amazing here. It's got that ice, so any unit that walks is going to have that extra momentum behind it.
Yep.
Of course, that momentum only applies in death animations. It doesn't actually affect the gameplay. No. It's not like the players have to change their strategies or anything. Their units will turn a little bit slower or something. No, it's only in the death animations, but those can be pretty darn awesome. Talking about MC, you know, I wonder how much he's practiced with Seed. Of course, they play together in the GSTL.
Yeah.
You know, he plays with Team IM, and I believe they do a lot of training together as well. So MC, probably one of Seed's main practice partners for this matchup. He's probably coaching Seed along, and Seed's saying, hey, you know what, your coachings may not be helping me that much. And MC's laughing, saying, that was my plan all along. I want to win the tournament. No, he's not saying that. He's a good teammate. But
MC is like, you know what, Seed? It is time. It is your time to shine in the 2013 MLG Winter Championships. I know you're down 0-2 to one of the best players in the world, but I'm MC. I'm going to tell you how to do it. Let's see what Seed ends up going for here, because he's in a bit of a bind, and it should be very interesting to see how he changes up his play. Again, if we're talking about the games, though, like, I feel like very minor things, honestly. Like, game 1, the Zealots, right? The Zealots and Stalkers being war. If Seed sees that, I could easily see him winning that game. Game 2, if he gets the range upgrade, I mean, I could see him at the very least being much closer, but winning that game as well. So don't count Seed out of this match just yet.
That's a really big question. Is, you know, it's a little simple misclick, and one simple misclick or one really simple mistake can play a huge difference in the StarCraft 2 game. So the question is Seed knowing that, like, he's got to be kicking himself saying, oh man, if I just clicked that range upgrade, I could have won that game. So it really plays a very taxing impact on the player's mental state to have a mistake like that. How is that going to affect Seed coming into this game? Is he going to be extra vigilant to not make those mistakes? But if he's doing that, maybe that'll distract him enough that he might make a mistake in a different fashion.
Yeah, we'll have to see, of course. Similar openings to game 1.
Very similar.
We have Seed opening up with the 3 warp gates. It's already done. He has a Mothership Core on the field, so he's going to apply some aggression. Rain, again, it's like deja vu here. 2 gates into 3. Mothership Core is out. The Nexus is about halfway from completing. So it's going to be another one of those narrow timing windows where Rain is going to be waiting for that Photon overcharge. He might end up having to cancel this Nexus before then, though. It's going to be very close.
It is. There's a couple key differences. One is that Rain is going more Sentry heavy, less Stalker heavy. That gives him a lot more force fields. The other one is that he's going in Robotics instead of a Stargate. So if he can get an Immortal out, all he has to do is keep his Nexus alive to get Photon Overcharge, and that should buy him time to get the Immortal. There's a Force Field.
The Time Warp taking out a Sentry, trying to take down the Zealot as well. The Mothership Core actually helping out as well.
Oh, getting high ground vision, knock out the Pylon, but this means that Photon Overcharge will go down.
Yep.
The Stalkers are cornered.
Oh, there's a Force Field from Rain trying to keep his opponent from retreating. The Stalkers trying to make their way to that Mothership Core. There's some Zealots here from Seed as well. He's at 45 to 43 in supply, but trying to get out of range of that Photon Overcharge. Rain is going to survive for now, but yes, a Sentry is being added on there. That's what I was looking out for. Now Rain has to make a decision, okay, how do I defend this location? The Immortal, it has to come down the ramp, and the Force Field is not going to be there in time. The Photon Overcharge is still there, so I think Rain might be fine.
He's got to keep cranking on Immortals, but he doesn't realize that Seed is committed to this, of course. He has no scouting information. He's pushing out. Blink's not yet done. The Immortal's in play, but the Immortal is slow. If Seed can run it down, no, it does get back to the safety of the Nexus. Of course, that Nexus provides safety until that Photon Overcharge wears out. Seed has noticed his opponent went Immortal, though, and is warping in more and more Zealots to help buffer that Immortal damage. Yeah,
Blink is about halfway done here for Seed. He's as committed as can be. Stop pro production, not taking national expansion. Trying to engage. Force fields there from Rain are perfect. And Rain doing a great job holding this off. And again, the Mothership Core is accumulating that energy. Here's the window we're talking about. If Seed is going to break Rain, it has to be before Seed can get that 100 energy out, or if he can snipe the Mothership Core before the Photon Overcharge goes down. But as this game goes along, Rain is on 2 bases. He's adding on more probes slowly but surely, but he's going to have a better income, and he has the defender's advantage, adding on those Immortals close to his main army and having that Photon Overcharge able to use.
Seed may have one trick up his sleeve as this game goes on. I think he's realized he can't defeat his opponent in a straight-up engagement. Going to try to get a few kills here, but he did use some Sentry energy. I thought perhaps if he saved enough, he could have done a tricky play where he uses a hallucination to blink on the high ground, force fields units on the low ground, something crazy like that. Of course, now that's not an option as he doesn't have that Sentry energy available anymore. He's going to add in a 4th gateway, really committing to this. More and more Stalkers are out, but like you mentioned,
I don't know, man.
That Mothership Core now has a Photon Overcharge. A 3rd Immortal is almost out in the field. Hallucinated Phoenix, if it can get around and see that Seed has not expanded, that's going to be extremely key into knowing that Seed is very committed to this.
Seed could potentially blink into the main base, but he might just be fainting and be blinking to the left. Force field needs to go down on the ramp to keep the Immortals back. The Force field is a little bit too late, but it's going to be sectioning off those units from attacking him, but the Photon Overcharge going down. And this is the window, you know, again, we keep talking about this window, but Seed is going to be waiting for that Photon Overcharge to expire, and then he's going to hit again. So, you know, Rain is still alive, but gotta be careful.
Rain's being a little bold. They're moving out, wanting to fight Seed out in the open. Seed has enough sentries, though, with good force fields. He can section off.
He can blink into the main.
Yeah, he can blink into main. Rain has a Spear Economy, but remember, Seed has the mobility of blink and the higher sentry count. Stalkers in the main now trying to do damage. Immortals cut them off. He's got to get down.
Oh my god, so many Immortals. A little bit of a misclick there from Seed. Doesn't want to lose the Mothership Core. Time Warp going down. Mothership Core getting very low in health, down to 21 HP. And now Seed is going to try to engage with the natural expansion. Blinking to the left, but the Immortals are there. Trying to force field, but running out of force field. Trapping 2 of them, though. Photon Overcharge is gone. This is a great window here for Seed. Taking out 1 Immortal. Taking down a second. No, the Immortal is still alive at 37 HP. Rain needs to micro that guy back. Don't want to lose him, but Rain continuing to hold off. And keep in mind, Seed is still on 1 base to his opponent's 2. So as this game goes along, Rain's economy is going to be getting better and better.
One thing to note, though, is that while Rain has 2 bases, he's barely mining from a natural, having to devote all his money to more units. Seed's pushing in again. Some more force fields segmenting off units, but Rain is able to hold for now.
Time Warp going down here on both of these players. And Rain is just trying to catch his opponent, and I think he just has his superior unit down here. There's no more Zealots left. 3 Immortals in this composition against exclusively Blink Stalkers. Seed is down to 45 supply, Rain at 60, and I think this might be the end of this aggression and perhaps the tournament for Seed.
4 more Stalkers being warped in. Remember, he no longer has that Mothership Core, which means he can't warp into the high ground anymore, or blink into the high ground, excuse me. He still has a high Stalker count, picking up a Zealot here. The Mortal count is at 3 to a 4th has been added on the way, and now Rain has been slowly transferring a few more probes to that natural, trying to mine more and more resources. There is no Zealots to buffer anymore. What can Seed get done with just pure Stalkers?
Maybe just counterattacking over and over.
If he can get into main.
So he's going to try to do it.
Oh, there's an Immortal here.
Blink on top, target it down, take it down, and then blink outside of the main. Slowly but surely picking off units. It's a great way to get back to the game, but the fact remains, he still doesn't have an expansion, and he has to be ridiculously cost efficient with these Stalkers. We're starting to see some fancy micro here from Seed. blinking back into the natural expansion, but 2 Immortals are there, and Rain is going to be shoving those Stalkers away for now.
Rain's pushing away for now, but he has a small force out here. It is just big enough to force Seed away. Of course, Rain now is confident enough in his defense to split his army in 2 to cover both entryways. Of course, he actually doesn't have to, but he doesn't realize that Seed has no vision of the high ground. The only way he can get in there is a run-by like he just attempted a few minutes ago. Rain's army keeps increasing in size. Seed trying to get these cost-efficient trades, but so many Immortals from Rain.
Oh gosh, Seed is going to be on the run here. That pylon is probably going to fall. Seed going to turn around, trying to get some pokes in with those blink stalkers, going to try to target down that weakened Immortal. Is going to get it. He's going to back away as well. But now that these Zealots are getting closer and closer, Seed is going to be on the run, kind of evening up that, or closing that supply gap a little bit. But again, Rain is just, he's the defender here, and ultimately he has that better tech. Another game's going to happen here. Zealots coming forward, trying to target down those Stalkers. Immortals packing punches against the Stalkers, but Seed targeting down the Immortals one at a time, trying to make this work.
Siege showing some fancy micro, but Rain with just too many units. Another Zealot warping is here. The pylon, 2 Zealots or 3 Zealots warping. One doesn't quite make it, but even with those Zealots, there's still 2 Immortals, plenty of Stalkers, more Stalkers reinforced. Seed is forced to back away, and his hopes have to be dwindling. Now building another probe is Seed, realizing that he doesn't need to do that. He's got plenty of probes for one base economy, canceling that. Now warping in back at home. His Stalkers are on the run over here in the top left of the map, getting cornered. Rain is cutting them off.
GG from Seed. Wow, what perfect play there from Rain from the very beginning. Also, a really cool build there as well.